Good morning. This is Lavette DePina, and I'm coming to you from my kitchen. It's about 6:45 in the morning, and hubby's still asleep, and my dogs are somewhat quiet. And I thought that I would do a quick video without makeup, still in my pajamas, and the whole deal. But the reason I want to do this video is because and the reason I'm up is someone actually called my phone at 6 o'clock this morning, and for the last half hour we were discussing mindset, self-worth, and of course, she was thinking about or is thinking about joining one of my businesses. But one of the reasons I'm doing this video is before a cup of coffee, which anyway, the reason I'm doing this video is because I really want to talk about mindset and self-worth. And I told her a little story, which I want to go into a little bit of detail with whoever's listening to this at the moment. She was talking about her background, and in fact, she's from the South. I live here in California, but the reason I said in fact was because I basically told her a story about my dad. And my dad grew up on a farm, and he had 6 or 7 brothers and sisters. And, my dad only went to the 6th grade. He only had a 6th grade education. But he knew, living in the South back, in the 20s and 30s, 1920, 1930, that a black man living in the South with no education really wasn't going to get anywhere. So he decided that he and his brother decided to move to Boston. My uncle had already moved there and had, started a little business. And at the time, my uncle sold ice. And back in the day, ice was a form of preserving the perishables, keeping everything cold, because they didn't have refrigeration. And they used to call the ice, the refrigerator an ice box. So my uncle sold ice, and my dad decided, what? The opposite of ice is, heat. So ice would be coal. So my dad actually decided to sell coal. So my dad and my uncle started a business, an ice and coal business in Boston in the 40s. So if you can imagine a black man with no education starting a business. And at the time, Boston, was extremely segregated. And in order to do something like that, you had to have a lot of belief that you were able to do something that would be successful. And surprisingly, they did. My dad went on later to form a company called Jefferson Oil Company. And, the thing was, it was relatively successful in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And for a really long time, this is what I grew up with, knowing that my dad believed in himself and always felt as though there was something that he could offer to people that they truly, truly needed. And that's one of the things that I think I get my strength or my entrepreneurship, if that's what you'd like to say, knowing that there's no one that can tell you what you can or cannot do. You have to have the faith and have to have the belief in yourself that you can do it yourself. So if I leave anything with anybody, and this is the conversation that I had with her this morning, was believe in yourself. Believe that you can do it. Believe that you can succeed. And you will. Let no one tell you any different. And, you take the steps. You know that you have something to offer somebody, something that people need, whether it's an online business, whether it's an offline business, whether it's a brick and mortar business. It really doesn't matter, but you have to have faith in yourself that you have something that you can offer. So that's basically why I'm doing this video. Going back to bed. I haven't had coffee yet, so I can go back to bed. And I just wanted to leave that to you, and I hope it touched somebody or made you realize that let nobody tell you, and no matter your circumstance, no matter your education, you can always, take the steps to get ahead, but you have to take the steps. So, Lavette DePina here, and I'm going back to bed, and we'll talk soon. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.